We need more commies.
Don't let the American flag and the tie and the suit and the office fool you. This message is on point with the Muslim Brotherhood's talking points. You must grab him by his horns. It's on point with the Democratic Socialists of America's talking points.
We need more communists.
And it's delivered by Mayor of New York, Zoran Mamdani.
No more freedom. No.
But don't get fixated on him. There is someone just like him already in your town, or they're coming for your town.
I was wondering what you thought about Mamdani saying that Bibi should be arrested if and when he comes to New York in September for the UN. Pretty, controversial statement. Where do you stand on that?
It shouldn't be controversial for leaders to say if you are indicted on war crimes by the ICC and you have an arrest warrant, that arrest warrant should be honored. We always knew that there was the issue of the UN. That's why we host here in the United States. And leaders from different countries of the world, regardless of the war crimes that they have committed, are allowed to come in and conduct the business of their country. But I do hope that countries like France and others that are party to the ICC do carry out that arrest warrant, because this war criminal does need to be arrested. We have seen the ICC do incredible work in holding people accountable, and it is time for us to allow them to do that incredible work on holding the Israeli war criminals accountable as well.
It'd be pretty nuts though for America to arrest a fellow world leader, an ally as well. Would that not be just crazy? I kind of get where they're coming from, saying that whoa, I mean, are we down to do that?
Well, where's our morality? If you had a friend that committed war crimes and you had the opportunity to bring them to justice, would you not do it? I would.
Right.
That's my morality, and my principles are clear. Now we have to ask why the rest of American leaders' morality is not as clear as mine.
Mamdani happens to have been groomed for this role. He went to Bowdoin College, where he started the Students for Justice in Palestine chapter. He was raised by parents who hate America. He married a woman who hates America. But again, this is not Mamdani. It's about taking over America.
And another thing, fuck our veterans and fuck the police.
From the inside out. Listen to his lie-laden speech for yourself.
Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal.
What we need here in America are more anti-Semites. That's right.
The architect of a horrific genocide against the Palestinian people. He is responsible for the killing of more than 73,000 people.
Where does he come up with this shit?
For the maiming of tens of thousands of children.
Who writes this shit for him?
As those who survive undergo amputation without anesthesia.
Where does he get this shit from?
For the targeting of neonatal hospitals and maternity care centers, denying newborns even the chance to live.
Whose job is it to actually come up with this bullshit for him?
For the countless people he starved as he blocked food and humanitarian aid from reaching them.
These are the approximately 1,000 truckloads of food that are rotting on the Gaza side of the Kerem Shalom crossing. Why? Because the UN refuses to distribute it. Today, GHF, a private humanitarian group, offered to deliver the food at no cost. But the UN said no. They are blocking aid, while crying famine. This isn't about hunger. It's about control. The UN and Hamas want exclusive access to humanitarian aid. Why? For political reasons. It keeps Hamas in power.
I'm Richard Kemp here at one of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation's distribution centres inside Gaza. You will have heard a lot of propaganda about violent attacks in and around the GHF sites here. It's all lies generated by Hamas in order to discredit the GHF. The Hamas hate the GHF because the GHF delivers aid directly into the hands of the Gazan people without being seized by Hamas and sold at a profit. Very many of the people behind me here have told me it's the first time they've ever received free aid. So don't believe the propaganda that's been churned out by Hamas and amplified by too much of an international and national media.
For the gunning down of hundreds of aid workers and journalists. And just last month, the UN confirmed that Palestinian children continue to be deliberately targeted and killed by Israeli armed forces, more than 8 months after the so-called ceasefire. The list goes on and on, all as we, as Americans, pay for the bombs that do the killing. There is a reason the International Criminal Court issued a warrant for his arrest.
When it comes to Benjamin Netanyahu, we're speaking about someone who's the subject of an International Criminal Court arrest warrant.
The ICC is not recognized in the United States. So if you're issuing and following commands for the ICC, who do you work for?
As human beings, we have spent generations building a shared understanding that there are crimes so grave, they offend all of humanity.
We need Sharia law. That's what we need, Sharia law.
Anyone with their eyes, with their heart, with their conscience should recognize the devastation he has wrought and understand that he belongs before a court of law. As I've said, I agree with the ICC. Benjamin Netanyahu should be arrested and tried for his crimes, as I do for anyone else charged by the ICC. My administration has reviewed every avenue available.
He's just appointed Ramzi Qasem to be the top attorney in New York City. Ramzi Qasem defended Mahmoud Khalil, the Syrian national who was in charge of wreaking havoc on Jewish students at Columbia. Not only that, Ramzi Qasem was the attorney for the Al-Qaeda terrorists responsible for 9/11. Not only has he defended Al-Qaeda terrorists, the ones responsible for the worst terrorist attack in American history, but he's also defended ISIS terrorists. And he is now the top attorney in New York City.
Under applicable law, to determine whether New York City could execute the International Criminal Court's arrest warrant if Benjamin Netanyahu came here. It is clear that we do not have the independent legal authority to enforce this warrant. The federal government, however, does.
And I want to say something clearly and unequivocally. Sharia law shall never be allowed in the United States of America.
And I call on them to join the ICC and execute this warrant. And I want to be equally clear. Benjamin Netanyahu is not welcome in New York City, nor is any other war criminal at large. While we cannot end the genocide on our own, we can decide whether our silence will become another weapon, and we can examine every tool we have to defend the humanity and dignity of all people. That is my commitment to you.
This is a deliberate plan to destroy our financial capital, which destroys our country. They tried to do it 25 years ago with airplanes. Now they're doing it by importing Islamists and having them illegally vote in our elections. New York City voters did not put in Mamdani. Americans did not elect this guy. It was illegals who voted to elect this guy because New York City made it legal for illegals to vote in their local elections. And the federal government, the Justice Department, needs to move aggressively against Mamdani. This guy is not President Trump's buddy. They're not friends. I don't know why President Trump wants to give this guy $1 billion in New York City to prop up Penn Station or whatever the hell it is, because this guy is going to, Mamdani is going to destroy our nation's financial capital, which is going to destroy our country, right? We cannot let this happen. This guy should face denaturalization proceedings for lying about being a communist when he applied for citizenship like 8 years ago or whatever the hell it was. They should look at criminal prosecutions for trying to conspiring to arrest a foreign leader illegally. He's constantly undermining immigration, as you said. This is a seditious conspiracy. This guy is a Islamist Confederate who's trying to destroy our nation's capital and thus destroy our country.
Dear Mr. Mamdani, Mayor of New York, this is a message from an Arab Muslim who knows the Middle East far better than many in the West who merely think they do. If you truly want to defend humanity and dignity, then I stand with you. But it has to be the dignity of all people. Mr. Mayor, the ideology that deserves to be confronted and its perpetrators to be apprehended is the ideology that has brought mayhem, bloodshed, and chaos to the Middle East. The ideology of the Iranian regime that has murdered thousands of its own people. The ideology of the Houthis who practice modern-day piracy while chanting death to America and curse be upon the Jews. The ideology of Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, and Islamist extremism. It is the very same ideology, Mr. Mayor, let me remind you, that brought down the Twin Towers in your city 25 years ago. The World Trade Center was not simply struck by 2 airplanes. It was struck by an ideology that hates America with every fiber of its being. Your compassion for the Palestinian children is noble. I agree with that. But you remained silent when Israeli children were massacred on October 7. You remained silent when Kfir and Ariel Bibas, toddlers, were kidnapped by Hamas. Some within your political circle even called it resistance. In what dictionary, Mr. Mayor, is kidnapping toddlers considered resistance? Or is it because they were Jews? Mr. Mayor, you refuse to say whether Hamas should disarm. Instead, you continue to allow its apologists and propagandists to spread hatred in New York. I visit America often, speaking about one of its greatest diplomatic achievements, in my opinion, the greatest breakthrough in American foreign diplomacy, the Abraham Accords, an effort to reconcile Muslims and Jews, Arabs and Israelis. Yet what I have witnessed on campuses in your city, New York, is nothing short of horrifying. If you truly want to stand for justice, then please reject selective humanity. You can stand with both Palestinians and Israelis. You can support the Palestinian people's right to live in dignity side by side with Israel, not instead of Israel. And you as a Muslim, Mr. Mayor, can recognize the Jewish people's right to live in their ancestral homeland, a land which our prophets, kings, and heroes of Islam called it Israel, including Jesus himself, a Jewish man from the land of Israel, who spoke about the towns of Israel in the Gospel of Matthew. الحق أقول لكم لا تكملون مدن إسرائيل حتى يأتي ابن الإنسان. Verily I say to you, you will not go through the cities of Israel until the Son of Man comes. Mayor Mamdani, many people choose blindness. Those who know the truth have a choice to reject it or to embrace it, because the truth sets us free. May it set you free as well.
Who are uncomfortable taking to the streets, I say, don't crystal knock it till you try it.